Okay, I'm live. All right. Okay. Hey guys, I'm back to do another message. And today, what I wanted to cover, I wanted to go over overcoming family narcissism. And one of the reasons why I really wanted to cover this topic is because I get a lot of emails and messages from you guys just stating some of the issues that you go through with family. Hi, Marsha. Hey, Dustin. Hey, guys. I see y'all coming in. So, today I just really wanted to cover I really want to thank you. I really wanted to cover family narcissism, right? Because I've actually been a victim of that, going through issues with your family. And sometimes we feel like we have to keep these people in our life because of the ties, because of generational bloodlines. We feel like, what's the famous saying that family always say, family is all we got. But sometimes, you see the toxicity, right? Be it from your mother, be it from aunts, be it from cousins, and even from sisters and brothers, from uncles, and sometimes it's really hard when it hit close to home because family is really supposed to be the people that shelter you and shield you and be there for you to protect you from this cruel world. You get me? But then these be the very same people that inflict harm and make you a victim because them themselves, they've been victimized, right? And sometimes, a lot of the times, I had to sit my parents down, and I had a heart to heart with my dad, and he's seen everything that I've gone through, and so one of the things that he said, with me being the first senior executive in my family, no one's made the type of money that I'm making. No one's really had a career like I have right now, and I've gone through a lot. Y'all know my testimony. You know that I've been raped. I've gone through abortions. I've been promiscuous. I've rebelled. You know what I'm saying? I've been through a lot. So the whole thing, me being where I am right now, it's like for me to have this heart to heart with him. He was crying. He was like, "I'm proud of you. Like, you blessed." And one of the things that it was really hard for me, and I know that you guys go through it too, sometimes to protect ourselves from family issues and situations that they placed us in, we tend to cut off everybody. We tend to be heartless towards everyone. And so for me, it was really hard being that way with my father. So, because I saw that man trying, but it was really hard to respect him as a man because I felt like he didn't stick up for me like one. And so I told him, I cried and I was like, "You never stuck up for me." And so one of the things that he said, he was crying too, and he was like, "I know, but one of the reasons why is because I wasn't taught and shown as a man." And see, right when he told me that, it took something for him to have, as a grown man, to have to feel like he didn't have to explain himself to me. You get me? But for him to say, I wasn't shown as a man, so I couldn't really be there for you how I should have been. But God was protecting you because of where he brought you. You weren't like, for someone to have gone through the things I've gone through, I shouldn't be here. So for me, it was just like really being able to have that direct communication with a person who I felt like all my life never really stuck up for me like he should have. And so for me to have gone through that, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to come on here and deliver this message to you guys, because I want to help heal y'all too. And so no matter what you've gone through, you get me. One of the things of how you can overcome family narcissism is to have that direct communication with some of the people who have wronged you in the family. Now, I know some people may say, "Oh, no, I can't do that," or "I can't face these people." But let me explain this aspect of it. And having direct communication, depending on what your situation is, it will help you have that closure that you need. Some people, you have to understand, I keep telling y'all, hurt people, especially when they weren't shown the proper way. So if you was brought up where your father really didn't show you how to stick up for you, how to stick up for yourself, or did not stick up for you, right? Then when you have kids, you don't know how to stick up for your kids or be there for your kids. Or maybe there's another, thank you, Anu Pretty, thank you for that donation, baby, I appreciate it. Or maybe it's a situation like with cousins. You ask yourself why you go through experiencing jealousy or envy from your cousins, people who've seen you grow up. You get me? People who've seen you as a child, who've seen you as a baby. You like, dang, like, why I have to go through all this with people being envious and jealous of me? Why I gotta experience that with my own kind, with my blood, with my kinfolk? We supposed to be there for one another. We supposed to have each other's back. So when you would have to experience that jealousy and that envy, then that puts you in a mind space of, well, dang, like, is this really family? Like, is family just what's family? Like, family just a word, you know? Because if they was really family, then they wouldn't have this envy or this jealousy towards me. And then one of the things that you also have to deal with, dealing with family narcs, is when they know that you love them, when they know that you'll never leave them, when they know that you got a soft spot because maybe you a family person, they prey on that. They prey on your emotions. That's manipulating you. You get me? It could come from your mother. It could come from anyone who know you, who know that at the end of the day you have traditional values, like you put family first. So a lot of people who are not built the same way, don't move the same way like you, don't respect the code, don't have the same level of integrity. The thing is, they'll take advantage of that. So it could be a situation where maybe you got an opportunity to be better, man. Maybe you got an opportunity to really do something and carry the torch for your family. But because maybe another person never got a chance to do it themselves, maybe they weren't confident enough to take the risk that you took, to take that leap of faith. You get me what I'm saying? People will really hate you because you took that leap of faith that they were so scared to take. Make that make sense. Tell me where they do that at. Somebody in the live, tell me where they do that at. People will really hate you because of the leap of faith you chose to take. That them themselves, they were scared. They didn't want to take that leap, right? They didn't want to take those risks. And now that you was actually able to go ahead and do that and be successful to surpass all of the members of your family, to do something that no one has ever had a chance to do. Go places that no one had a place, that been places, go places that no one's ever in your family been able to go. Now people want to sit back and hate you or be envious of you or be jealous of you. Let me tell you something, man. That ain't family. That's not family. That's not family. Let me tell you what family will do. Family will put you in a position to succeed. Very well give you their last to say, you know what, if you got to go to this state, we don't come from nothing. I would want nothing more than for you to go ahead and carry the torch for the family. People don't think like that. And see, the sad part about it is you was born into this into this toxic family. You didn't ask for this. You didn't get no choice in the matter. This was something that you was born into. So now you feel you feel like, dang, well, how do I cut family off? Or how do I really deal with this? Because these are people who depend on me. These are people who depend on me. But let me tell you something, man. Don't let nobody play that blame game on you. Don't you do it. Don't do it. Because if God gives you an opportunity, God chose you. He picked you to be the one to break generational curses in your family. Not these people who talked about you. Not the people who didn't believe in you. People who couldn't support the vision. I'm talking to visionaries up in here. I'm talking to my JC gang members who are visionaries. You get me? Y'all have a vision. People couldn't see that vision. Couldn't see the vision because of your past. You know, one thing about family, and it's so sad, man. No one is perfect. But then you'll come from a family who will really take your shortcomings, take your downfalls, and sit back and judge you for it. Sit back and talk about it with other family members. Then you wonder why when you come around to family functions, people looking at you dumbfounded, looking at you crazy, because they've been talking about you. You get me what I'm saying? People making little sideways little remarks towards you. You get me? Not acknowledging you. You know, I had a situation, I don't know if y'all going through it. I've asked a question. I remember going, I don't know where I was. I can't recall, but I remember asking a question. All my family was in the room. I remember asking a question, and I remember no one said anything, as if they ignored me, like they didn't hear me ask the question. And we were all close around each other for everybody to hear. But when I asked it, no one said anything. It was like one cousin that I had standing next to me that had answered the question. So for me, I'm like, dang, why everybody else heard the question and then they ignored me, like they didn't hear me? You get me what I'm saying? Like I feel like some of y'all go through things that you go through things where some of the members of your family are very ignorant. You get me what I'm saying? They very ignorant. Maybe there are some people who you had to distance yourself from. One thing about me, I always give people the benefit of the doubt. So despite what you may have heard about me in the street, approach me and give me that chance to show you who I really am. That's how I feel. That's how that's how I will move towards other people. Despite what I hear about you in the street, I'm gonna give you that chance. I'm gonna give you that respect. You feel me? If I step to you, I don't care what, because you know, you got people who will be so envious of people who will spread lies and say certain things on people just because they know that what they saying about a person is not true. But maybe they see something about you that they don't see in themselves. Then that's where that envy and that jealousy come from. I keep trying to tell y'all, go back and watch my video where I say jealousy is an ugly trait, man. You have to seriously stay clear of people who possess that trait. And see, one thing about me, like I said, getting back to what I was going to say, I will give people that respect, be it that I don't know you, to approach you and get a chance to know you for myself. Okay? Despite what anybody else say about you. Because I could very well get the chance to know you and we might rock, we might click. And then I be thinking like, well, dang, why all this stuff? Then I put you up on game about what people saying. Like, well, why they all these people saying, and you realize how hateful and spiteful people can be. I'm feeling like some of the people in your family, man, they so ignorant. They grouped up with the people that was talking about you in the street and chose to distance themselves from you because of what they was hearing. But had they been your real family and your true family, then they would have gave you the benefit of the doubt, and they would have pulled you to the side and been like, man, yo fam, yo sis, yo brother, whatever the case may be. I don't know why I'm hearing what I'm hearing in the street about you, but you need to stop. Come chop it up with me for a little bit so I can see where your mind at. Maybe you need a friend, maybe you need somebody to talk to. But see, at the end of the day, family didn't move like that because they narcissists. Then you know what get me the most? They'll know that they talked about you, know that they judged you, know that when you tried to be the bigger person and maybe come around and vibe with these people, they was treating you like they didn't want you around them, right? But the second that you go on ahead and maybe you start really doing, like I said, I'm talking to the people who really doing something monumental, like you changing the game with what you doing, man. Like you really surpassing or have surpassed all the members of your family. Be it with the amount of money you're making, with the success. Maybe you just surpassed your family with the values that you have. You get me what I'm saying? You've passed. That's right. Some of y'all moved to another state. And you know what? It took guts to move to a whole nother state. You get me? Where you don't have no family or nothing like that. And you look back and you realize your family never took those risks. You get me? You moved where the success was at. You moved where the money was. You moved where the new opportunities were. Some people in your family, they got that stuck mindset. They don't want to move. They don't want to change. But see, they'll judge you. They'll judge you. And so I'm feeling like people judge you and talked about you But the second that you started, maybe at one point in time you was in a dark phase of your life. God got you up out that dark phase. Now you doing good. Now you doing things that they didn't think you was never gonna be able to do. Now they want to change their whole movement. They want to come with that act right now. And now they want to come back and be like, oh, I'm so proud of you. I'm so this, I love you, girl. Da 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 da. That's fake, man. Because let me tell you why it's fake, and let me tell you why they changed it up. The thing is, I can't respect people who catch amnesia. See, one thing about me, I'm so real, I can't be fake. If I know that I talked about you, I know I ain't had no respect when I was out there talking about you. Because let me tell you something, anybody who could talk about you behind your back and not woman and man enough to say it to your face, they cowardly. And if they cowardly, they don't have enough respect for themselves, let alone they don't have it for you. Because if they did, they wouldn't have been a part of all the gossip, or they wouldn't have initiated these conversations about you to other people in your family or outside of your family. You get me what I'm saying? It's even worse when it's external. When it's external and they gossiping about you to your haters, to the snakes. That, oh man, showing people that they don't respect you as a family. Then come back and act like, oh, I love you. But how you love me? And you allow others to see you talk about me. How you love me? How you love me? You try to figure out people's psyche. You can't figure it out because it's they balancing things of what you have no idea, man. See, one thing about it, the reason why you can't understand it because you don't move like them. That don't make no kind of sense. You done sat up here and spread all these lies, talked about people like a dog to other people in the street, and then come back around this person and act like you ain't never moved like that. That's narcissistic. And it's not love, and you not my family. You can't love me and claim to be for me, and you was out here moving like a whole enemy. We don't do that. I don't do that. Because when I look back on how I treated people, how people treated me, I never treated people how they treated me. So one thing about it, you can't tell me and sit up here and try to make that make sense on why and don't try to make it make sense. If any of the things that I've said to you right now, if any of the things resonate with you, let me tell you something, you know that you have a narcissistic family, period, point blank. They will play on your emotions. Half of them don't even know what they're doing. God bless their soul, because they've been around so much toxicity. And let me tell you something, it take a real person to put some of these people in a place. This is the thing why it got out of hand, because no one ever put them in a place. You get me what I'm saying? Let's say you got a whole bunch of cousins that's talking about you, and then at the end of the day, maybe their mother, which is your auntie, don't put them in a place like, why are you talking about this person? Don't be talking about this person. Maybe they sit there and they let you talk so they can hear what it is that you got to say. They don't stop you. So now you know what that shows a person? You know what that show a person? That show, okay, well, what I'm doing, it's okay. It ain't nothing wrong with it. So likewise, they'll go around and they'll keep doing that. They'll go around other people and talk about you, go around other people and talk about you, go around other people and talk about you, until they come across that one person that you feel me, put them in a place and say, hold up. Why are we talking about this person? Hold up. Is talking about this person gonna pay my bills? Hold up. Hold up. How is this benefiting us? Why are you talking about this person? You don't even know them. You jealous of something? You envious of something? What is talking about this person gonna do? If they come across more people like that, I guarantee you, they'll start thinking. But see, they never came across people like that. People, see, the thing about it, the reason why people do what they do and they get accustomed to things that they've done and gotten away with in the past is because no one has ever chastised them. No one has ever put them in their place. So you get me what I'm saying? How long it take to formulate a habit? 30 days? It take just as long to break that habit. especially when you've been deep rooted in this toxicity for so long. You've seen other people talk about other people around you. You know about everybody's business because every time that auntie come around, every time that cousin come around, they always running their mouth about something. So likewise, you think that it's cool to sit up there and talk about somebody, but it's not. I'm feeling like some of y'all have been battling this and dealing with this for so long, and you've been in your head about it like, dang, is my family really toxic? Is my family? They are. They narcissistic and they toxic. Let me tell you something. You shouldn't have no respect of persons, especially when a person is showing you that they're not really for you. You need to take that label from people. See, we give this label out to people because of, like I told you before, the generational bloodlines. The bloodlines is what connect us. But loyalty is what will keep us. Y'all ain't ready for it. You ain't ready for it. How long I been on here? 20 minutes. How many likes? Y'all got to get them likes up. Let me know that what I'm saying is the truth. Get the likes up. Let me know that what I'm saying is the truth, and I'll keep talking. The bloodlines is what connected you. That's what connected you. But see, it's the loyalty that will keep you. It's the respect that will keep you. It's the integrity that will keep you. If a person ain't moving like that, who told you that you got to keep them in your life? You ain't ready for it. You ain't ready for it. Y'all ready for it? Get them likes up. Y'all ready for it? Get them likes up. If what I'm saying is the truth, get them likes up. I'm telling you, y'all let me know that you ready for it, because I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's the bloodlines that connect you. That's not what have to keep you. Who told you that? If ain't nobody told you that, I'm telling you that right now. Because see, too long, people have kept you in this space and in this mental space of feeling like you are less than. Like you can't do this. Like what the hell you did in your past was so bad that it ain't no coming back from. When at the end of the day, no one is perfect. No one is perfect. We are going to make mistakes. But see, if you family and you really down for me like that, like you say, you really love me like you say you do, people would never move towards you how they move towards you. So they ain't your family. Take back that label. Take back that label. Because you're giving it out too freely. You giving it out too freely. They not your cousin. They not your auntie. They not your mom. They not your dad. I'm so sorry. They not your sister. They not your brother. Some of y'all been telling me, man, that some of your own sisters have went behind your back and slept with your man. I can't wrap that. I still haven't been able to wrap that around my head. I still haven't been able to wrap that. That's supposed to be your sister. Some of y'all, your own mothers have gone behind your back and spoken ill of you to other people. They'll never tell you that. They'll never tell you that. But they have. They have. See the thing about it, I tell y'all, Starseed Beauty, you funny, man. Don't be. I'm so sorry, y'all. She just said something. If y'all caught that in the chat, y'all crazy, man. If you caught what she said, she's so funny. But it's crazy that you say uncle too, because I remember one time my uncle told me, he was like, family be the worst. And I can't cuss, but y'all know what I'm about to say when I say it. Family be the worst mofos. Because every other word that come out of my uncle's mouth is a cuss word. But he said, family be the worst mofos to have around you. And I couldn't understand, because we was just walking and we was actually going back to my aunt's house. So I didn't really understand why he just said that out the blue. But I'm trying to tell you, man, I feel like some people or some members in your family tried to give y'all little subliminals and tried to tell y'all in so many words that family wasn't really family and they wasn't really moving how they should have been moving towards you. I'm feeling like some people can and put you up on game about some of the members in your family who once spoke ill of you, spoke ill on you. I'm trying to tell you something. And see, the sad part about it, it's these same family members who are now trying to praise you, trying to be around you, trying to get back close to you. That's crazy. That's crazy. But see, one way, like I said, if you have gone through any of these situations, man, let me tell you something. The best thing that you can do is, I know I said to have the direct communication, but for those of you who are unable to have that direct communication, avoid it. Because what you don't want to happen is a blowout. You know, you don't want people to blow up at you because they can't come to terms with what they did and said about you. Some people don't want to come to terms about it because they don't want to come to terms with the dark side of them. They don't want to do that inner work. And a part of doing that inner work is recognizing where you are wrong and where you messed up at. You have to leave room for error so that there will be room for improvement. And see, some people don't want to come to terms or come to grips with how screwed up they are. Because some of them, if you asked them and you sat down and you asked them why are they so screwed up, baby, they don't even have an answer for you. Those are the worst kind of people who don't even have an answer for their wrongdoing because they don't know why they're doing it. Because they done been exposed to it and have been passed down generation and generation. But see, God chose you to break that. That's why you was always so different. That's why you always looked at these situations and looked at these family members like, dang, what's wrong? Like, am I an alien? Like, why am I so different? Why I move with integrity and other people can't? Why I move in good faith and other people can't? Why I respect the code and other people can't? So if you can't have a direct communication with people, let me tell you something, avoid it at all costs. Also, don't accept abuse from anybody. I want to say that. Some family members will, like I said, I battled this for years. And I spoke about it with my mom as well. One thing about it, every time me and her would get in a fight, I'm just gonna put it like that. Every time me and her went through something, ever since I was little, she'll always come back and sit me on her lap, and then she'll see me crying. She'll sit me on her lap, and then she'll be like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it. Can you forgive me?" And see, you know, when you young, it starts when you young. That's why it's hard for y'all to break away from these people, because it happened at a young age. So it kind of conditioned you to accept this abuse and think that it's okay. And see, a lot of the times I'll always forgive my mom because I always wanted that love from her. I wanted to reason with her because you never really know what a person be going through, why they go in and out. But see, it got to the point when I got older and I just didn't understand it no more. And I didn't want to make excuses for it no more, because I knew that when I was trying to come with love, it was almost as if it was so hard for her to try to love me, give me a hug back, or she'll get mad when I try to really push that agenda on, well, why you don't hug me? Something so simple as a simple hug. It will cause arguments. It will cause fights. Maybe we'll be in a car and I've made so many different strides to be a better person just in the way I talk. And little things that get spewed out like, oh, well, you ain't always talk like that. And you ain't always act like that. And I stopped holding my tongue. So because I stopped holding my tongue and I go blow for blow with her, like, you're not about to disrespect me. And one thing about it, stop bringing up my past, because that's not who I am right now. And then my dad, mind you, I keep telling you, he don't stick up for nothing, but then he'll intervene and be like, oh, y'all, I can't bring y'all nowhere because y'all always arguing at each other's throat. And I told him direct, I say, look, it's not me. It's something to her. And ain't nobody had no words for it. And I found myself crying in the back seat of the car because she said something so stupid to me. Like, she just said something so stupid, like, You ain't even on my level. You ain't even close. I don't forget these things. And I was fighting with myself a long time before I decided to do this video, because I'm not trying to expose my parents in a bad light. I'm just trying to help people where I can help people, because I'm still going to see them. I still love them. But like I said, she said something so crazy, and I was just like thinking, like, God, please help my mom, because I know I don't do nothing wrong to this lady. I don't disrespect her. How she come at me, I don't come at her like that. I have not always been the best daughter, but the strides and the progress that I've made, it's like, can't nobody say nothing about me no more, because I've surpassed everyone. I've exceeded every expectation that was put before me. You get me what I'm saying? And so one thing about it, like I'm saying, I'm feeling like some of y'all have been taking this abuse for so long. I say that to say, some of y'all have been taking this abuse for so long. It's like you don't really know what to do. But I'm here to tell you that despite what you've gone through, and despite who these people are, the members of your family who've gone against you or who have abused you, I don't want you to take abuse from no one. So one way that you can overcome it is to come to grips with what it is that happened to you, right? Write it down on a piece of paper and pray for these people and release them in love. And you'll ask me, well, Victoria, you said don't take abuse, so why are you still in communication with your parents? One thing about it, I backed up from a lot of people. But see, it took me, like I said, it took me having to have, thank you, Samuel. Thank you for that donation, baby. It took me having to have that direct communication. That's why I told y'all it's not for everybody. I'm a very forthcoming person. For me to get it off my chest, and for me to see you in a different light, to really forgive you and move past it, I got to hit it on the head and let you know what it is that you did, how it affected me. And if you want to be a part of my life, I need some answers. And then in you giving these answers to me, it has to be progress in you changing in the manner that you treat me, that you talk to me, for me to keep you in my life. Period, point blank. Now, if that's not for you, and if you can't do that, baby, release them in love, release it in love, pray for these people, and keep it pushing. Okay? So one way that you can do it, thank you, Joyce. One thing that you can do is to have direct communication so that you can understand what it is, why they were like that. If you see it going left, cut it off, cut these people off. Don't avoid the direct communication. The second thing that you can do is to come to grips with the abuse. Don't sweep it under the rug, because you will never heal. And likewise, what you will do is you'll set up triggers. Now you see yourself connecting with other people. That's like trauma bonding, because of the triggers that you have. You have these triggers because you haven't properly released the abuse, released the pain. You haven't properly healed. So you wonder why you connecting to people, friends, people that you know ain't no good for you. You haven't healed, baby. And because you haven't healed, because you haven't really come to grips with what it is that was done to you. Now, for some people, it's really hard, because some of y'all got addicted to certain things to try to overcome this pain. So now, as you are backing away and you're releasing these addictions, and you have to come to grips with this abuse, it's hard for you to do it, because I don't know how bad the abuse was for you or what it is that you went through. But all I'm saying is, for the people who truly want to heal, I'm talking about the people who truly want to heal. You don't want to allow this abuse to set you back any longer. You have to come to grips with the abuse. Like, yes, I was abused by so and so. I was abused by my mom. I was abused by this person. I was abused by this person. Then once you come to grips with the abuse, you sit back and you ask yourself if this is a person who not only can you forgive, but do you see yourself allowing them back into your life? If you are unable to come to grips with that decision that you don't want these people back in your life, don't have them back in your life. But Release them for you so that you can heal, so that when you move on to the next person, or when you very well decide you want to build a family on your own, you don't want to slip back into old patterns and behaviors that your family had with you. So you have to heal. You see why I say the base of it is really healing? Part of that healing is facing these people head on. If they are man enough or woman enough and they've matured and they can tell you, I was messed up, I was wrong, I was in a bad place, or I wasn't shown or taught no better, then you can determine whether or not the next step, which will be what? Coming to grips with the abuse and seeing whether or not you want to allow these people to stay in your life. But you have to hit it. Now, whenever you decide to do it, you know that you have to do it in that manner, because it could be something so simple as, like I said, starting a family on your own. God chose you to break the generational curses, not only of poverty, right? But just in the way that you interact with people and the way that you treat your family will determine whether or not if you've properly healed or not. You don't want to bring back have those triggers with your kids. Now your kids wondering why you hot and cold with them. Why one minute you saying things out your mouth or treating them a certain type of way, or you don't want to spend time with them, or whatever the case may be, because you haven't properly healed. Now, you have to focus on these choices, right? And the reason why I say focus on these choices, it's going to take some time. So whenever you decide that, okay, boom, I want to make the choice of starting my own family, or I want to make the choice to heal, or I want to make the choice to keep these people back in my life, I want to make the choice to keep them out of my life, I want to make the choice to have direct communication or to avoid it. You have to focus on these choices, because these choices are very fundamental to your growth and to your healing. You have to focus on these choices. You have to seriously put yourself, just pick a day, a Sunday, that you don't have nothing going on, be in your own, little space, and really think about these choices, because they're very important. They will lead to very important decisions that you have to make. You get me what I'm saying? Once you decide to make the choice and move forward on that decision, now at this point, the next thing to determine will be, what limits are you going to set if you want to allow these people to come back in your life? You have to set boundaries. One thing about it, when a person knows that they've messed up, or when a person has just in general messed up with you, what you don't want to do is allow them to come back so quick and think that the very same thing that they did to you in the past will be so easy to do to you again. You ain't ready for it. You ain't ready for it. You ain't ready for it. I told you focus on the choices, but I didn't say just poof back and allow these people to pop back in your life without no boundaries, without no limits. You get me what I'm saying? When you allow people back into your life so quick, the same way that you kept taking them back, you keep taking them back the same way. Now you setting a standard and letting people know that, okay, boom, I can go back and do to them and treat them the same way that I did before. Family or no family. They are people. They are people, baby. Yes, they will. They will drive you crazy. Play around with it if you want to. You have to set boundaries, especially when you know these people were very cruel and mean to you. Because let me tell you something. You have to think back when you make that decision. Think back to what they did, what they said, how they treated you. And stop putting them on this pedestal. That's the problem. You putting them on this pedestal so you think that they can do no wrong. Because you think that they don't have no room to do no wrong because they're your family, because they're your blood. Whoever told you that? Just because they blood don't make them loyal. Just because they blood don't mean that they got sense. They just blood. Like I told you, the generational bloodlines is what's connect you. It don't have to keep you there if a person ain't treating you right. I know for a fact people have mocked me. I know for a fact. But you see how God blessed you and brought you justice by shutting these people up. This is the reason why they want to come back and do right by you. You also have to pay attention to that as well. You have to recognize, I had to recognize that before any friend or man hurt me out in the street, it was family who first had hurt me and conditioned me to really be in this place of accepting abuse from people. It was family. I had to recognize that. Before any friend and before any man had the chance to hurt me, it was family that hurt me first. It was family who had abused me first. It was family who had the same characteristics and mannerisms as the people who hurt me out in the street. And see, the thing about it is you think that they're not supposed to be that way because they family. I don't know who the hell told you that. If people was not raised and brought up right, they not going to think right. Likewise, they not going to treat you right. That's with whoever, sweetheart. Family will do you dirty, turn around, screw you over, and go back and laugh it with other people on what they did to you because they think that it's funny. Now, when a person do something like that, they crooked and they evil. Because see, you almost have to look at it like, well, when I look at myself, I would never do that, nothing like that to nobody. So when I look at it and I be like, well, dang, like, I never did this to nobody. Okay, so what that mean? That mean that you are a good person. It don't mean that you perfect. It just means that you are a good person with how you interact and how you treat other people. But then when you look at how family treats you, you be like, dang, why are they like that? You almost don't want to call these people evil, but you got to call it for what it is. Because let me tell you something, that is evil to come around a house and treat a person indifferent because of what it is that you heard about them. Instead of making them feel welcome, you make them feel different. You make them feel like they just here. Then you got some of the family who maybe they get overlooked in the family, but when you come around, they try to shine up and get one up on you in front of everybody. Just so they could get some type of attention. It's so wrong, man. Like, it's like people won't even give you your just due. When you come around, maybe you looking good, you got on a new outfit. I guess you look cute. Oh, who you think you is? What? That's supposed to be a compliment? That is not no compliment. Let me tell you something. You know what a compliment is? You know, if I don't, you know, Nay, I'm telling the truth. You know what a compliment is? If I was your family, let me tell you something. If I was your family and you was stepping, hey, ooh, girl, you looking good. I'll be genuinely so happy for you. Like, I don't get it. You know, I sit back and I be like, is that a, and don't take it the wrong way. I have to ask sometimes, is that like a black culture thing? Like, because I come from a black family. You get what I'm saying? So I have to really be like, okay, what is that? You know, what is that? Why they be like, I guess you cute? Or maybe sometimes when you come around, let's say, and don't take this the wrong way, it's happened to me. The person that come before me, walk up in the house before me, right, is probably bigger than me, right? But they blow when I tell you they gas them up, like, ooh, 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 ooh. Now this person done walked up. It's my time to walk in the house, right? You know what I get? A dead silence. It's so dead, it's so silent, you can hear the crickets. Yeah. But see, the person before me and us, I'm not saying nothing. Because see, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I don't care what type of shape, size, or whatever you are, baby. I know some people who rock that thing. They don't let themselves just loose like that. They keep up with themselves. But let me tell you something. When I came through, okay, I had on a nice little black dress. It was fitting. Nobody said nothing, but they gassed up the person who walked in the house before me. So, you know, I look at things like that. People may think The very things that they think I won't look at, I pay attention to. Because see, one thing about it, they'll let me know the type of person that you are. Either you didn't want to compliment me because you know deep down inside I was really looking good and you just didn't want to say it because you was hating or because you was jealous. Because it's not because you didn't see me. It's not because you didn't see me. So at the same time, you know, you can have certain family that would be so jealous of you, man. They won't give you your just due. It don't even have to be for looks because you look better. It could just be because of what you got going on. It just be your ambition. Because you in competition with yourself. That's what people fail to realize. When you in competition with yourself, the race never cease. Because see, if you're like me, as soon as I accomplish the thing, I'm thinking, what can I do next? I'm thinking, well, if I did this, let me push the limit and see if I can do this. But see, other people, they so jealous of you and in competition with you, right? They'll always be 10 steps behind you. And that makes them it makes the situation worse because whereas they should be focusing on themselves, they so hell bent on why everything that you do is always on a different level or higher than them or of higher value or better than what they able to do and produce. Because at the end of the day, you on your own path. You're not trying to compete with nobody else. You in competition with yourself. And likewise, because these people are so envious and jealous, they trying to compete where they don't compare. And they just don't get it. That's why with some people, man, unfortunately, when I say move in silence, sometimes you got to move inside. It ain't when you post it on social media because some of the people, they don't even know you. A stranger will support you better than your own kinfolk. Sometimes moving in silence could very well mean keeping your moves to yourself away from family. Because sometimes family will be like, well, if I can't do it and if I can't do it like this, I ain't going to recognize her and I ain't going to recognize him. Thank you, Supreme, baby. Thank you, Supreme, for that donation. Some people will literally overlook you, not recognize you, just so they can go behind you and do what you did, thinking that they could do it better. You ain't hear what I said. Y'all ain't ready for it, man. Y'all ain't ready for it. I've been on here 47 minutes already. Some people will overlook you just because. And then try to go back and do what it is that you did, thinking that they could do it better. Maybe they can go ahead and do it, but at the same time, when they look at you, they be like, "Ooh, I did this. Boom, I did this better than him or her." They look at you, you on to the next thing. Now that's something else that they got to do. You see what I'm saying? They'll never be on your level. You will always be ahead of these people, and that's what boils their blood. And it's sad because y'all supposed to be blood. Y'all supposed to be family. So a lot of it, like I said, you most definitely have to set limits, man. Thank you, April, baby. You most definitely have to, because see, it's not the people that you don't know, right? It's the people that you think you know, that you really don't know, that you really have to watch out for. And unfortunately, these people that you think you know, but you really don't know, is family. And I'm so sorry if it triggers you. But it's so true. The second that you come to grips and come to terms with family is just a word. It's just a generational blood tie. It does not have to keep you tied to these people or connected to these people. The better off you'll be. Because if they ain't acting like family, why would you call them your family? I'm trying to tell you something. If they not your family, listen. I ain't gotta call you family if you ain't acting like my family. I ain't gotta call you family if you ain't acting like my family. I ain't gotta call you family if you ain't acting like my family. Hold up and slow up. I don't care if you my auntie, I don't care if you my uncle, I don't care if you my mama, I don't care if you my daddy, I don't care if you my sister, I don't care if you my brother. I ain't gotta call you family if you ain't acting like my family. Period, point blank. If you out there acting like an enemy, I'ma treat you as such. If you out there acting like a foe, I'ma treat you as such. I ain't gotta call you family if you ain't acting like my family. I ain't gotta call you family if you ain't acting like my family. I don't care if you my cousin. I ain't gotta call you family if you ain't acting like my family. I don't care if you my uncle. I'm going down the list. I don't care if you a cousin twice removed. What is that? I don't even recognize that. I ain't gotta call you family if you ain't acting like my family. Exactly. If you acting like an enemy, man, discern. Be able to discern. I'm trying to tell you something. You have to look at people's actions and take it for what it is. Stop trying to be like, oh, well, why they did that? They did it because they don't like you. Stop thinking that just because they family, they have to like you. They don't have to like you. And let me tell you something. For those who don't like you, they don't even have a reason why they don't like you. You know what why it is that they don't like you? It's the inner. They have to work on that, baby. They look at you and they see something maybe that they like, that they and they just can't. They just can't. It's so sad. It's so sad. It's so sad. You truly, that's why I tell you, you have to release these people in love, and you truly have to pray for them, because it's those who are really battling an internal conflict with themselves. It tends to show with how they treat others. And let me tell you something. You'll be like, well, dang, they don't act like that around other people. You know, it could very well be a situation where you have a division in your family where maybe they got their own little group over there that they got love for, that they'll show love for. But with you, it's like you an alien. It's like you foreign. It's like you from a distant land. They don't even treat you like you they blood. They act like you non-existent to them. So at the end of the day, for people who treat you like that, it should be more, even better, even easier for you to cut these people off and not look back. Because those will be the people who you let in your house, the people who you try to put on, the people who you run and tell your business to, the people who you think you know that you truly don't know, that end up betraying you. Also, watch out for the people too who get mad at you for no reason and blow up at you in front of everybody, and then you think back on if that really was necessary, what they blew up about. It wasn't necessary. But let me tell you something. Some people, at the end of the day, mess around and keep these people in your life if you want to. They will fake that thing so good just to continuously be around you, so they know your business, so they know what your next move is, so they can see what you got going on in life. But all the while, they trying to hold on and keep that cloak. It's killing them to keep it up, because every time they turn around, you doing good. You on to the next best thing. So now they trying to keep that cloak up, knowing that they don't like you, and then sit up here and blow up at you at a family function, or blow up at you in front of a whole group of people. And what they blew up about, it wasn't even necessary for them to blow up about. It's because they done had this thing built up in them for so long that it just, like I told you, for some people, they can't keep that. They can't keep that fakeness up for too long before they just lose it. That's another thing they put. Yeah, exactly. Some people will do that, like they Christian. I'm trying to tell you something, man. Go back to my video where I said they blowing smoke. You know what I meant by blowing smoke? People ask me, they don't know what that means. But I mean by blowing smoke, that means you playing around with God's name. You playing around with his mission that he have for his people. What I mean by it is, don't claim to be a Christian, or don't claim to be of him and following his teachings, and then you turn right back around and you talking about the very same people who he chose to help other people. It's the reason why he chose you. It's the reason why you on this mission and why you on this journey. It's the reason why you different. It's the reason why people keep going against you and you can't figure out why. Because that man got a bigger purpose for you. And so the thing is, these people who claim to be of him, some of them was in your family. And that's the reason why they judged you too when you was out there messing up, because I'm the Christian. They just out there just nasty, just wow. But see, if you was truly a Christian and you was truly of God, right? God the Father, and then it's Jesus Christ the Son. You would not be out here judging people, because you will realize that even back in biblical times, that Jesus did not judge those who were sinners. He tried to save them. Did he not? Put me on to something new for what I'm saying is wrong. Last time I checked, he spared Mary. He didn't let the people stone Mary last time I checked. Put me on to something new. Tell me something that I didn't know. Last time I checked, he tried to save people. He gave people a chance before he brought down the law on them. That's one thing about him. Before Jesus would act on anything, he always gave people a chance and tried to steer them on the right direction. Put me on to something new for what I'm saying is wrong. Put me on to something new for what I'm saying is wrong. And if he did chastise you, it was with love, so that you would learn a lesson. It wasn't to look down on you. It wasn't to turn, so he would turn his back on you. He never did that. He was never that type of person. But let me tell you something. Some people, boy, they read that word, they change their life around, and they act brand new, as if they holier than now, as if they don't think back to the times that they was out here sinning and messing up. I would never do to people what people did to me. I would never do to people what people did to me. And I'm feeling like y'all would never do to people what they did to you either. But facts is facts. Generational bloodlines is what tie you together. It don't have to keep you there. If a person ain't being loyal, if a person ain't moving with integrity, if a person ain't out here, if a person is acting like an enemy, then back up away from them, because they showing you who they are. You can't begin to understand why a person don't like you, why they jealous of you. Just go ahead. You know what I want you to do? You know what I want you to do? I want you to stop being a victim. I want you to thank that man and praise God for making him special, for making you special. Just pat yourself on the back and be like, it's because I'm special. And if you pat yourself on the back and say it's because I'm special, drop down in the chat and be like, thank you, God. I want you to do that right now. Pat yourself on the back wherever you are right now. You watching this live. If you pat yourself on the back and be like, it's just because I'm special, drop down in the live and say, thank you, God. I want you to do that right now. I want you to do that right now. Let's go, Mia. Let's go, Samantha. Let's go, Natasha. Let's go, AKD. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I don't see a whole lot of thank you, gods. Pat yourself on the back. Do what I just tell you. I'm not trying to see none of that other stuff. Pat yourself on the back and be like, it's just because I'm special. Walk around wherever, it's just because I'm special. Period, point blank. Get up out your feelings. Stop being a victim. Pat yourself on the back. It's just because I'm special. And drop down in this chat, thank you, God. Drop down in this chat, thank you, God. Because you know that's why you're going through it, because you special. You know that's why people envious and jealous, because you special. You know that's why family don't like you and they be moving funny, is because you special, because you different. So go ahead and pat yourself on the back. Pat yourself on the back and say, it's just because I'm special, and drop down in this chat and say, thank you, God. That's what we doing. That's how we going to overcome family narcissism. We're not going to let it get to us. And we're not going to be up in our head about it no more either. Because you understand it's because you special. And they knew it too. They mad because they not special. It's not your fault. You are. You are, though. You are, though. So that means everybody who up in this chat and said, pat themselves, 283 people that's up here right now. Y'all pat yourself on the back and you said it's because you special. You drop down in here and you say, thank you, God. That's what we doing right now. I want y'all to understand that, because at the end of the day, I don't want y'all to let family stop you or hold you back. You get me what I'm saying? This message was to really go over different signs that you need to look for, red flags that you need to look for, and stop trying to make excuses and saying that you know that your family is dysfunctional. If you know that your family is toxic, you know that it's narcissistic, then you know the steps that you need to take, of which we went over today. You have to confront it. If you can't, then come to grips with it, with the abuse. Start healing yourself. Start focusing on those choices. Make those final decisions and set those limits. And at the end of the day, you know, if you really have to get that support and that counseling that you need, you know, I know some of y'all tell me, because I had a young man call me and I was at the spa actually. This is how humble I am. No matter where I am, I took the call and he was just like, I didn't think that you would answer. And one thing that he told me is like, God keep giving me signs on what I need to do for my work as well. And he was just like, you know, Victoria, man, if you started a thing, you don't even understand how many people would pay you to like just counsel them and talk to them. And so one thing about it, I've been getting that a lot. Y'all been coming at me and telling me, Victoria, you know, if you did that, I really just want you to be my counselor. I just really want you to be a mentor or a coach to me. You know, that's something that I was thinking about starting. And so at the end of the day, no matter if you come to me though, if you come to me or you get that support or that counseling from somewhere else, just make sure, I want to end it with, make sure that you get that support and that counseling that you need to carry you throughout this journey, because overcoming family narcissism is not easy. Like I said, it'll play with your mind. I'm not singing today, Angela. I did a little rap though. I ain't gotta call you family if you ain't acting like my family. I ain't gotta call you family if you ain't acting like my family. I did a little rap today though. So that song could stick with you, and you know that if they not acting like your family and they have not been treating you right, or you know that you've suffered abuse by them, then you know that that's something, like I said, that you most definitely have to go through those steps. Either confronting it, talking it over, getting healing, setting boundaries, setting limits, focusing on those choices. At the end of the day, getting the support and getting the counseling that you need. So with that being said, you know, I want you to understand that if you need a friend, you got it in me. If you need love, you got it in me. If you need inspiration, motivation, a life example, you know that you got it in me. I come with that real. I don't come with that fake. I keep it 100. I keep it a buck. I'm your sister. I'm your confidant, man. I'm your family. I'm that shoulder that you can lean on, that you can cry on. I'm that listening ear that you can vent to. Okay? I would, Natty. I was thinking about that, setting it up, because too many people, I haven't really been able to catch up on the emails. Too many people been coming and saying, Victoria, if you just set up, I just want to talk to you. I just want a book to talk to you. So most definitely, y'all give me some time, just like I did with the store, just like I do with the lives. I come on here, y'all tell me what y'all want. I try to go in there and I do it for you. So most definitely stay tuned for that sometime next year as well. Once I finish school, we're going to go full throttle with it. I'm going to set up some conferences so y'all can meet me in person. And just understand, man, we ride together, we slide together. This is forever. So don't feel like when you cut people off that you were alone, because once you made that choice to join the JC family, you understand that this is forever, to the day I die. We ride together, we slide together. This JC gang for L, because too many people, is too much cruelty out there in the world, man, and not enough people being inspiration and being of light and being other people's peace. And see, the thing is, you don't never really understand what a person is fighting with. It don't take nothing to be kind, man. It don't take $1 million to be kind to a person. I mean, dang, like some people, they just either have it in them or they don't have it in them. And if they don't have it in them, then you need to pray that God work with them, because that's something wrong. Too much stuff. Too much. You hear it in the music. You be hearing how hurt these kids be with the stuff that they rap about. I'm trying to tell you something, man. Like, you truly, our kids is our future. People don't understand that. It ain't like, popping open your legs and popping out a kid. It's like changing drawers. People don't really get that. I'm sorry that I said the way that I said, but I tell you all the time, I'm too real to be fake. I'm gonna open my mouth and say it how it come out. That's just how it's gonna come out. You shouldn't be out here just having kids to have kids. And I'm not saying nothing to nobody. I'm just saying that if you're gonna have these babies, do right by these babies. And the way that you do right by these babies is protecting their mind and developing it the right way. You can't do that if you messed up yourself. Now, can you? You can't do it. Because once the passion is over and now real life kick in, you got a whole life that you're responsible for the next 18 years. Come on, man. You got to do right by the babies. You got to do right by the babies. And the way that you do that, man, is really stepping away from it all. If you got to take your kids away from family because they're not setting the right standard or example, do that. But also heal yourself so that when you release your kids into the world, because you can't hold on to them tight like that. You got to release them. They're going to get grown, right? But you have to make sure that you have equipped them with so much spiritual knowledge, life knowledge, that when they step out there in the world, they strong. They not going to let any little thing detour them, get them off track, or break them, or kill them, or influence them to do something stupid, or treat people in a manner which they know they shouldn't be treating people. The kids are our future, man. I'm trying to tell you something. You have to heal. You have to heal. That's not saying that you are somebody too. You got to take time out for yourself too. But all I'm saying is for today's message, because I'll be on here and I'll keep y'all on here. I don't want to do that to y'all. I'm just saying I hope that you take heed to my advice. I know that it's not going to be easy. That's right, Stacy. Hold on. So she encouraged her daughter to study. I don't know about Stacy, hit me up on the email about that, because I know my mom mentioned some about that, but I think that's more so going into that new age spirituality, right? With the crystals and stuff. But one thing about me, like I said, I'm old school, even though I'm young. I don't know about all that stuff. I keep it basic. I keep it with that scripture. And most people, they'll be like, well, what is the Bible? Like, how can you really go off the Bible? Who's to say that what they put in the Bible is accurate, because it's been passed down through so many generations, and we're supposed to believe what's in the Bible based on what man recorded, right? Who's to say that it's exactly the same? But one thing about me, I don't try to get into that type or that level of controversy, because one thing about it, I know that every story in the Bible, I've been able to apply it to my real life. And in some type of way, it has opened my eyes up to see things from a different perspective. You get me? So I don't know about them crystals, but I do know about the Bible. I do know about also, keeping it just my relationship with that man above. You get me what I'm saying? My prayer life is second to none. Even though I don't always, or I can't always get back to read the Bible every day, morning, noon, and night, I got my prayers running all day. I pray whenever I feel like I'm getting, whatever, some type of energy coming over me. I make sure that I pray it off, and I ask God, for guidance or for support. You get me? So I can't speak on everything like that, but like I said, yeah, that's another thing that we'll probably have to cover at another time, though, Stacy, because I can't speak on them crystals, baby. I can't. I don't know. They say it's supposed to help you with your energy. It's not like they uh whatever when it do be was brought up, but I don't know about it. I don't know about it. So I'm not gonna tell you about it because I don't know about it. I don't do it. I don't have no crystals. Um But if it's anything that I ever need, I always just pray about it. I'll try to find it in the Bible. I talk to God like He normal person. If it's something that I see when I go to bed, I get up right away. I write it down. If it's something that come to me like a message, I get up right away out my sleep. I'll write it down. So, at the end of the day, who knows? We all have different gifts and abilities. So at the end of the day, I know that man is real, but I can't speak on everything else. Now, as far as what we talked about today, I want you to go ahead, and I hope you was taking notes as well, because I truly do want you to reflect on this. This is not saying that, you have to make an immediate decision, whenever by tomorrow. But what I'm saying is the time to start planning and thinking about these choices is now. Um, because what you don't want to do is keep the wrong people in your circle who don't need to be in your circle, and then you wonder why things start falling out of whack because you got jealous people around you. And unfortunately, you're going to have jealous people. When God is blessing you, you're going to have jealous people because you're special. You're not like everybody, because what you go through is not what the normal person goes through. So at the end of the day, man, that's going to conclude our messages for today. Um, be sure that you go ahead and you become a member, because for my members, y'all know I do be talking about some personal things with y'all. It may not be as often as you want me to, but every time when I have some dedication and some free time, I hop on there and we be talking, we be chatting it up. I be sending y'all pictures and stuff like that. I be asking and checking in with y'all. So if you want that personal one-on-one communication with me, make sure that you go ahead and you become a member. Also, make sure that you go ahead and check out the JC Game merch. Make sure that you get your merch, okay? And send me some pictures when y'all do it. Some of y'all said that y'all about to, and some of y'all are going to be sending me pictures and stuff like that. I got to check my emails because some of y'all probably did. I need to check my emails. But make sure that you go out and get the merch, man. And you want that direct personal communication with me, make sure that you become a member, because you will get that special attention that I don't normally give just on my general community board. So for my members, y'all know already. Joyce, you know already. Okay. So I love y'all. Okay. I truly. Oh, Jade, she's good. Do y'all want to see her really quick? Y'all want to see Jade? She out in the front playing. Let me go get her. I'll go get her. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me go get her. Here's Jade, guys. Hold on. Good God Almighty. This girl was running from me. She was running from me, y'all. I guess she was like, no, playtime is not over. Yay! They want to see you, Jade. Yes, I know she looking a little scruffy right now, but we gonna take her to the groom before I go and see my family for Thanksgiving. I told y'all I'll be busy, but I said before I go ahead and we go back to go see family. What's wrong? This girl. Before we go and see family, I'm gonna go ahead and take her to the groom so they can wash her and stuff and get her curls. You know, I don't be liking everybody touching her too, so I be washing her hair and doing stuff, but they gotta cut her nails because she messed around and scratched me so bad. I was like, Thank you guys. Woo! She got some Jerry curls. Yeah, you know, her hair is very like soft. Her hair is very soft. Look, Jade, they love you, girl. They love you, girl. Okay, I'm gonna put her down so she can go play for a little bit more. What's this? Okay. She did, you know what? I kept saying, like, did Jay get bigger since when I first got her? I be feeding her. That's the thing. She don't miss no meals. That's one thing about it. I tell you that. Hey, not my computer. I thought you was gonna go back in the front. Yeah, you go back in the front and play. I can't have her mess up my work computer now. But I'm glad it did, Shauna. You know, I wanted y'all to see Jade. I know I got a little bit off topic. Push out some puppies. I don't want her. People say that, but you know, it's just gonna be Jade. I don't want her doing that. You know, she a baby still anyway. Um, but yes, I love you guys. I hope this live has helped you in some type of way, really shed light on maybe some of the narcissism that you've experienced within your family. And hopefully some of the steps that I've been able to go over with you today. Lord, you know what this girl did? She went through the bathroom, came back around, and I forgot I left the connecting door open. Hold on a second. You know what, Jade? You too smart for your own good. Come on. I'm gonna come out there later. Puppies is this girl went all the way around to the thing and came right back in the room. Woo! They smart. I'm telling you, just like they smart. But don't laugh at Jade. Good God. Don't condone her foolery. But I love you guys. I truly do. And I thank every single last one of y'all that has also been commenting on the live and helping your other fellow JC gang members. So until next time, you guys, I love y'all. I have some more videos that's going to be uploading today. I just wanted to get live with this message because it was just very close to my heart. So I love you guys. And until next time, I want you to stay prayed up and be blessed. Okay?